Now we're going to talk about two problems which will illustrate common student mistakes. The first problem right here, are the following terms like terms? We have -4, AB, and +7BA. Are these terms like terms? The confusing part is that even though they have the same letters, A and B, they are written in different order. Does the order matter? Well, let's think about what this means. And by the way, this is maybe a time when I will say this. There's a reason why I personally enjoy mathematics. And that reason is because it's a very unique subject in that it always makes sense. If at any point you want to think about whether something is true or not, usually all you have to do is just say, well, what does this really mean? And once you see what something really means, the answer becomes obvious. What does -4AB really mean? Well, it means -4 is going to be multiplied by A and then multiplied by B. What does 7BA mean? Well, it's 7 times B times A. Now, does it matter what order I write my A and B? Well, now that I wrote out my expression in terms of multiplication, it's quite obvious that the order doesn't matter because order in multiplication doesn't matter. If I rewrote this as 7 times A times B, it would mean the exact same thing. And so the rule of thumb is the order does not matter. So yes, these are like terms. Now, the next question. This question is also slightly tricky because we're still asked, are these terms like terms? We have this 12x² and 6xy squared. Are these terms like terms? Well, they both have an x and they both have a y. Different exponents, though. Does it matter? Again, if we just think about what does this expression mean, what does x² mean? Well, x² means x times x. What does y² mean? Well, y² means y times y. So if we think about what we really have, 12x² is x times x times y, and 6xy² is y times y. Now we see, wait, this isn't exactly the same letters. Here I have 2 x's. Here I have 1 x. Here I have 1 y. Here I have 2 y's. These not the same variable part, right? Or not the same letter part. And so these are not like terms. So the big takeaway from this example is that the exponents do matter. For two terms to be considered like terms, they have to have the same variables, and those variables have to be raised to the same letter part, to the same exponent, I'm sorry. And now we're ready to move into actual applications of like terms, which is going to be the topic of the next video.